Hello, I am PJ Stevens from Yokota Life. Are you moving to Japan and wondering what to do for cell phone service? Before I get into that, I want you to know that most of the people here communicate with their friends and family in the USA through Line, Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Skype, or Apple FaceTime. This is how Japanese friends communicate with each other as well. There is seldom a need to call or text anybody when using a communication app. You can cancel or suspend your current USA plan and go with a Japanese cell phone company. However, there are US cell phone companies that you can use in Japan. By having one before you arrive, you will have cell service the moment you land in Japan. I'm now going to talk about Sprint with Japan Plan. Sprint with Japan Plan is the easiest to set up and most convenient cell service for Japan. Sprint is majority owned by Softbank, a Japanese cell phone company. There's a $5 per month Japan plan that will include Japan into your existing plan. You can use your phone in Japan like you are in the USA, with unlimited talk, text, and data. You can even call Japanese phone numbers. You will get fast, reliable 4G LTE service throughout Japan. It is the easiest way to have a phone that works both in the USA and Japan. You must make sure to ask for the Japan plan and not the international plan. Sprint stores are not knowledgeable in this, so you will have to call customer service or go through their website. The cons are, you don't have a Japanese phone number, and when you travel to another country in Asia, you would have to include an international plan for that time period. There are ways to get a Japanese phone number, and I'll talk about that in a different video. I'm now going to talk about Google Fi. The best worldwide data plan is Google Fi. You've heard of Google, but did you know that they have a cell phone company as well? It's called Google Fi, and it is the cell phone company I have. They have no roaming charges for texting and data in 200 plus countries while having 4G or 4G LTE speeds. I've used Google Fi in Japan, Singapore, Philippines, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and Malaysia. In my opinion, it is the best worldwide phone. The cons are, there is no Japanese phone number, and using the dialer to make phone calls is 20 cents per minute, but that's only if you use the phone's dialer. If you call a Japanese number, it is also 20 cents a minute. I have never used a dialer in Japan, and I have called friends and family in the USA. I'll talk about using an app to make calls later on another video. Lastly, I'm going to talk about T-Mobile. T-Mobile had the best worldwide data plan until Google Fi. They had no roaming charges for texting and data in 200 plus countries, but only 2G at 128 kbs. If you get their high-end plan, you would get double the speed at 256 kbs, which is a very slow 3G. Good enough for maps, email, and Facebook, but you won't be streaming anything with it. The cons are, there is no Japanese phone number, it is slow, and phone calls to the USA on the dialer is not included. I would only recommend using T-Mobile if you already have a plan with them and you are very happy with their service. Otherwise, switch to Sprint with Japan Plan or Google Fi. To recap, Sprint with Japan Plan is the easiest to set up and most convenient cell service for Japan. Google Fi is the best for traveling the world. If you plan to travel around Asia several times a year, then get Google Fi. Otherwise, get Sprint with Japan Plan. Sprint with Japan Plan, Google Fi, and T-Mobile can be set up while you are stateside. So when you arrive here, you're all set to go. Lastly, you can cancel or suspend your US cell phone plan and open a Japanese cell service through Softbank, au, or NTT Docomo cell phone. Yokota has Softbank and au on site. The pros for Japanese cell service are you get fast, reliable talk, text, and data while in Japan. The cons are you do not have a US phone number, it is more expensive, And when you travel to the USA, you will have to get an international plan. Also, when you first arrive, you will have no cell phone service until you open the Japanese account. I'll talk more about them in another video. That's the overview of getting cell phone service at Yokota. Thanks. Goodbye.